see that that knee, that's full knee extension. And then this is where we can talk about kinetic sequencing and the timing of kinetic sequencing. So if our energy is applied into the ground and then we drive into or then we initiate our drive phase, now we're storing up energy, ground energy, and that energy is going to be released when we extension, or when we get into extension. I just popped my hip. When we get into extension, knee extension, hip extension. When we get into extension, that energy is coming up, and you can see that that timing is just broken down because your hand is still down, right? And I don't think there's a huge disconnect from arm drag point. Yes, we can talk about like right here at anchor point, there's a little bit of disconnection, but you can just see that at early knee extension like that, you're just leaking a lot of energy. Okay, so this it's a really good visual, like I said, of Garrett Crochet. But watch how as he drops into his drive, don't even bother about the hand path. This is just a visual to give you that hip rotation dynamic. Now he's dropping. Now his hip, like if we were to draw a line, okay, if we were to draw a line and that matched the slope, the angle of the slope, that hip rotate, or those hips are going to sync up to that line. Now, in terms of that timing sequence I referred to with kinetic energy, watch how he holds energy in that drive leg. Okay, so more specifically, look at the knee. You see the knee and how sturdy it is. Now watch in session when that knee snaps and he goes into hip rotation. So you keep pelvis neutral, hip rotation, hold, 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 hold. And then when it comes time, knee snaps and then the hand climbs. Watch this. Boom, right? So that rear hip is internally rotating as his elbow is initiating scap retraction. So you have like this pulling effect, this separation, this rotational energy effect. Boom. So now he anchors down, and look at the posture of his rear hip. Almost into full rotation, and his hand just flipped up. So you have all of this stretch and all of this separation. Now his lead leg, all the job is to do now is the lead leg needs to stabilize. Hip rotation gets completed, brings around the trunk pulls the arm through. Boom. It's no accident the guy throws 102, right? So there's a huge piece to be said in terms of where your energy is being leaked. And I think it's, your hip rotation mechanics need to be improved. I think it's going to be a lot of like training of new motor patterns, because you've probably been doing this for so long, but we just want to maximize that timing. And you can see that you're jumping at it from a side, and you're not really getting that rear hip to rotate and not broad jump or skater jump, right? So we want almost you taking that patella to the ground, like you saw with crochet, how it snaps into rotation, kind of like that, just a little bit earlier.